Hello and welcome. Assalamu alaikum. You're watching Greenwich Live Sessions. This is your host Umar Khan, and I'm back with another session and another guest. And yet again, I'm very excited because a very special guest for today that I'm about to introduce. I've got a special place in my heart for the person I'm just about to introduce because वो मेरे भी उस्ताद हैं. बहुत कुछ सीखा जिंदगी में, यहाँ तक कि इनफैक्ट आज अगर आप देख रहे हैं मेरी सारी कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स, तो मेरी ये वो उस्ताद हैं जिनसे मैंने कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स, इंटरपर्सनल स्किल्स और ये सब सीखा है. एंड विदाउट एनी फर्दर डिले, with great honor, let me introduce Ma'am Tahira Khan, who is a faculty member at Greenwich University. She was also there with us at the Mauritius campus. She's a student counselor, a coordinator for student and corporate affairs, Greenwich University. But more importantly, she's the person who's changed thousands of lives of students. So welcome to the show, ma'am. Hope you're doing well.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm doing very well now. To think that when we started off in the lockdown, I tell you, I wasn't doing that well. But now, alhamdulillah, I'm much better mentally, physically. I've picked up a lot of strength, actually. Yes.
So, ma'am,
I need to handle the situation. That should I say that?
Ma'am, we've learned so much from you. You always have been a source of inspiration to all of us. And I'm pretty much sure that, when the lockdown started, you must have figured your way out. So I just want you to share what you figured out with the students as well, because there are many people in the pandemic, who are in a panic situation, who don't know what to do. So what would you like to advise all the youngsters and everyone else out there, how they can, stay stabilized during this pandemic situation?
Well, let me just trace back what happened when the pandemic started and my position in it. You see, I traveled from Pakistan and I went to Mauritius early March.
Yeah.
And there were a few people at Greenwich University who were going to follow and come up, including the Vice Chancellor. But it so happened that flights stopped, the entire borders closed down, and suddenly there was a lockdown, and there was a total lockdown. Now, I was on an extension island of Mauritius, which is known as Rodrigues. Rodrigues happens to be a smaller offshoot of the mainland. The population is about 45,000 people. Now, I landed up over there. I had been there before. I've stayed there before. But this time I was totally alone, waiting for the staff and faculty members from Greenwich to join me. They couldn't come, and then I was left totally alone. So fending for myself in a place where everything just closed down, it was just me, myself. Now I had to fend for myself. I had to get food. I had to cook it myself. I had to go get it. And I soon realized that everything was closed down and food ran out because there is a single ship that comes once a week to the island that brings stuff.
Wow.
The ship had stopped because the borders were totally closed. And then how you manage mentally for a little while, I was shaken up. But I picked up courage because I was all by myself and definitely bowing down my head more than normal, praying to Allah and asking for guidance. And soon I got the strength, and I realized that things can happen if mentally we are stable and we reach out to do things.
True.
So there I was. Feeding chickens all around me, feeding goats, feeding little dogs, because there were no humans around. But then I soon picked up courage and life went on. Yes.
Picking up the most beautiful part of all this conversation, that you found your strength and you just adapted accordingly, that there were no humans, but then again you found something to keep yourself busy. You had chickens around, you had dogs around, you had animals around. And since you're such a nature lover, you're such a person who loves to travel, who loves to look at the positive side of everything. I still remember lots of lectures of yours during my student life, especially the one where you shared a can in the class, and the can had a tag, and it said, "Success always comes in cans, not in cannots." So things like these, they always hit you, and I tied it with my whole mindset, and I adapted and used each and everything that I learned from you in my life. And here I am, doing programs and all that stuff. So looking back at the memories, I was your student. How do you feel now after all those years learning communication from you, and now being part of a communication industry? So how do you feel as a teacher, looking at me now?
You see, there's nothing that gives a teacher more pride than to see you people walking in this world and stepping into the real world, taking all those skills that maybe we thought we were sharing with you. But it's not that we were sharing those skills with you. You people were polishing whatever you had within you. So the
Wow.
beautiful thing is that you have turned out to be what you had in you.
Wow.
Very well done.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And as I said at the very start, that you've changed thousands of lives. Many students, they still look up to you. And I've interviewed so many students where they took your name, and they told me, I'll name a few, Apsar, Mir, Zohair Ali. He said, "You're the one who spotted his talent. He couldn't even speak. And you made him realize that you can sing. You went to India, you took him along, and all that thing." In fact, I'll share a newspaper cutting. Here it is, the Times Nation of India, when
Yeah,
the whole team from Greenwich went to India in the program Aman Ki Asha. So,
that's
how was
right.
that experience?
Yes, you see, the Aman Ki Asha program that was put forth came through because I'm also a Rotary member and I do a lot of social work around the world. And it was a peace trip taking students from Pakistan and going to India because a group from there had already been to Pakistan before.
Right.
So it was us kind of returning that trip back. Now, when we went to India, we took these beautiful students with us who had the skill of singing, uh, talking very well, and debating. And the first thing that we did there was a conference. We were in a conference where there was about nearly 2,500 Indians.
Wow.
And when we came up on stage, we sang the song that was prepared. Salar and Absar sang the song.
Hmm.
And then each one of our students spoke. And the beautiful things that the students came up with, which I will never forget, that the borders that are made are only made on maps. There are no borders otherwise. We fly back and forth. And believe me, there were people in the audience who were army officers. They came up to us after the program with tears in their eyes. And they said, "What a beautiful message you have brought." And
Indeed.
yes, and they asked these students if they were learning music in the university. And I said, no, they don't learn music in the university. That is an extra skill that they all have within them. And
Wow.
it was so beautiful. We had such a great trip there, and we realized that on a one to one basis, whether they are people from India or from any part of the world, you are just the same. And these political borders divide people. We are
Indeed.
not divided. We are just one people. We have a culture which is so similar. We have a language which is so similar. And then we met so many beautiful university students. And when we were coming back to Pakistan, they were crying like babies at the airport.
That,
And they are friends. All of them are friends till today. And this was in 2012 that we had gone.
right.
Yes.
And I, so much believe that if this message can be spread forward on the higher level instead, because I think people, as people in India, and as people in Pakistan, we really love each other. But it's just some high political levels, politicians who are trying to spread that hatred. But amongst people, we have no issues at all, because I've met many Indians in life while traveling, and all things that we do when we sit together is we have fun together. There's no hatred, there's no difference. And then again, I just cannot understand why and from where is this all hatred coming from.
When we were there for about, I think, 12 days, no, 14 days.
Right.
And every day there was a new group of students who had to host us for the day. But the last group would not go away. They'd want to stay with us. And eventually we ended up with such a big group of people because they just didn't want to go. So every day there were two more and two more who joined us. And it was winter time. It was beautiful. We used to all sleep out on the floor. We used to all cover up. And there were so many times at night when I used to go to them and say, all right, let's go to sleep. It's time we went to sleep because we have to get up early. And they would say, ma'am, you go to sleep. We are still having fun. And
Wow.
it would be, yes, it would be like about 5 in the morning. They used to sleep for a little while, and at about 7, we used to all be up again,
Such
because we traveled the length and breadth of the north of India. It was beautiful.
Indeed, and such beautiful memories. And I'm feeling so energetic and excited by hearing this. I can well imagine what students experienced once they were there. So I'll add on some comments from the audience, and as we all adore you so much, let's see who we have with us. We have with us Rab Nawaz, and he says, "Love you, Ammi."
Yes, he's a great one, and he has given me this love and care, which is so beautiful. And he's given me that nickname, which now seems to have become more and more famous at Greenwich University. And it all boils down to the beautiful food that he's been having.
We
Yes.
have with us Ubaid Khan. He welcomes you to the show. We have with us Kunzul, our student, your student, and she says, Miss Tyra, so many memories with you, miss you. And during her session, Kunzul told us that you were the one who pushed her husband, to get married to him. Is that true?
Well, let's look at it from this point of view that I think they were very well matched for each other. They
Right.
know each other for a very long time. They have practically grown up together.
Yeah.
And it seemed the most appropriate thing for Fahad to be proposing to Kunzal. And let me tell you that Kunzal once sent me a message and she said, Ma'am, Fahad has got engaged. I just wanted to let you know that. I replied back and said, well, if he's got engaged, I know to who he has.
Ah, that is so beautiful. I'll add on some more comments, and Sarah Surmali is with us, and she says, "All the best, Miss Tahira." Ma'am Husna Alam is with us. She says, "So nice to see you, Miss Tahira. Miss you in the Karachi campus." We have this Sarah Bill. She says, "Eid Mubarak to you." We have Ubaid. He says, "Eid Mubarak" as well. We were mentioning Fahad. And Fahad is here. He says, "My favorite teacher. I can name a lot of reasons why." Yeah,
Yes, these are such beautiful people, all of them. Eid Mubarak to all of you. And Sarah, I'm so happy to know that you're back home now. I heard you've come back. She was stuck in Malaysia during this time. And Fahad, yes. And we have a lot of little things that Fahad and I have shared together. And I think I will talk about a little something that he was not used to having his breakfast himself. Fahad, remember? And and then it was I said, Fahad, it's time you finished your breakfast. And he said, I've never eaten myself. It's my mom who always feeds me. I said, okay, so come sit down over here and I'll feed you. And when I started feeding him, the other student said, ma'am, kya hum sotele hain?
that is so good. No,
So these are some of the beautiful things, yes, some of the beautiful things that we have shared while we've been on trips together and we've gone out and
In
got
fact, I
very
remember recently when we had Sir Shoaib Shamsi on a live session. So you gave a very beautiful idea that we should all, have another trip to
Oh.
northern areas,
Mm.
and once after COVID, and this is much needed. I think we should, actually start working on it and start planning because we should be traveling in September, October maximum.
Bilkul, inshallah, we should be doing that. And it's time we did it. It's been a long time that we've been to the northern parts of Pakistan. We need to explore more. And there's a lot, not only of recreation, there's even work that we can get ourselves involved in. Because the last time that I visited, I remember there were some students of a government college who were asking me if I could come in and do some lectures for them. So we could get into a lot, and our students can, be constructive and take part in this. And especially our alumni student group now, they can also come and be part of it.
Brilliant.
Definitely.
Just count me in because I never got a chance to travel with you, so I'm sure it must be fun.
Inshallah. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, I'll
And
add
you've
on.
got a lot of skill that you can share too. Yes.
Definitely. And ma'am, we're getting so many comments because everyone's so excited to see you. So I'll just add on more.
Sulaiman Nasser, yeah.
He says, Assalamu alaikum, ma'am. Eid Mubarak to
Walaikum
you and
salam.
the entire Greenwich
Mm.
family. It's so good to see you after such a long time. A wonderful person and a very helpful teacher.
Thank you. Thank you. I like all the compliments. Yes. I think the one-to-one that I have with students is a little unusual. Students do seem to get very close to me. I don't know whether it's the motherly effect or what it is, but yes, we have got on well, and then students comprehend well what they have to learn and study, and then we research together. So beautiful. Yes.
Ma'am, I totally agree with this whole motherly feeling because the connection and bond we all have with you, it's very special. We all look up to you. We get that comfort. We get that I cannot just mention it in words. The feelings that we all have for you, it's all the same. Because, teacher is one who, it's not just limited to the course that you learn. It's a lot more things about life, things about, when you're stuck in situations, how to get out of them. When you're low in life, how to cheer yourself up, how to get back up on your feet. And these are all the things that we all have learned from you. And I'm sure because the level of comments that we are getting, I'll just add on few more comments. Kurutulan is with us. She says, "Hey, ma'am, lovely to see you after so long." So all these comments, it shows that how much everyone loves you. Ibrahim Sethi writes, "Ma'am, you are always the spirit of guidance and support to us all at Greenwich. Can't thank you enough for all you did for us and made a positive impact on our lives, which I cherish till today." That's exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, you see, the one thing that I think I base my life on is to be positive,
True.
because I look forward to everything positive in life. And in life, if you look towards positivity, remember everything is going to hit you back in a positive manner. But if one looks at negative things, now there is so much that can go on in one's life that can have negative effects. But if we harp upon that, it's not going to help us.
I
And I
totally
think that is the base of my life, and it has always been so.
and
And I,
this is the
yes,
reason
and
that
I give that to my students as well,
and
so
that
they get that.
and that is the reason we feel that positive energy, we feel that aura when we're around you. It's such a
Yeah.
happy feeling. So
Mm.
we have a message all the way from Rodriguez, and we have this Caro. She writes, "Talk
Ah,
about your,"
Caroline, yes, she's one of my very good students.
and she
She's a
writes,
beautiful.
share your thoughts about Rodriguez people."
Ah, well, let me tell you, the first time when I went to Roderick's in 2019, I had a group of over about 70 students, and we had them broken up into 4 different groups.
Right.
There were there were a lot of young girls, and there were some young boys as well. And some of them who had families used to bring their little children along to the class also. They are the most beautiful people that I have ever come across. They are people who are very warm. They are people who look forward to be guided. But the sad thing is that there's not too much that guides them in Rodrigues. I wish there's something that could work out for all of us where we could help each other, because the people over there are definitely looking for more. They want more guidance.
True.
And there are skills that we can share with them, because we as a country in Pakistan are a huge big country. We have so many universities here. We are very innovative in our own ways, and there is so much that we can do for people over there. Now basically the people around Rodrigues are into they do fishing and a little bit of farming. Other than that, there's not too much of business that goes around over there, because it's a small place. Now, Rodrigues, as a little part of Mauritius, the climate is very nice. The temperature is not extreme. So it's a beautiful place to go and relax. And for
Indeed.
people who are on holiday, it's one of the most wonderful places to go to. So you can have beautiful restaurants there. You can have beautiful spas there, beautiful little boutique hotels over there. There is so much, and everything related to that could be built up. So it is a beautiful place for tourism. It is one of the most beautiful places. There is a Rotary Club over there, which is very active. And I was talking to them, and they are into doing a lot of sports activities. So one could have a lot of competitions over there and have a lot of sporting over there. And not only in the ocean and in the sea, even on land. And the people are very much into it. The people are healthy, they're very robust, they're very kind and very helpful.
Right.
But they are a very small nation.
Indeed. I'd like to play a short video here so that we can all have a feel and look at how things are in Rodriguez. I'll just share a video here where
Yeah.
there's a short song that everyone's playing.
To see, yes, Sarah, Sarah, what will be when I grow up and very well. I ask my sweetheart, we may come and go day after day. Hear what my sweetheart say. Yes, Sarah, Sarah, whatever will be. The future's not ours to see. Yes, Sarah, Sarah, I may be with thee.
Indeed.
Now,
So,
this is such a beautiful throwback. On this particular occasion, we had the entrepreneurial group among these students who set up small bakeries and food stuff. We had a drama show, we had a fashion show, and we had them singing this song, and we had families come and buy. So we did a lot of entrepreneurial work where they set up small shop and they earned a little bit as well, and they were promoting the skills that they had picked up as in management for the courses that we were doing. So it was helping them a lot. Yes. And this is how it culminated. It finished with this song.
and ma'am, we've seen you always very active and being part of all the activities. So I've got another a very beautiful video, and we all can see Ma'am Tahira Khan in action in that video. So I'd like to share that video as well. Right. So, ma'am, it's so much fun, so much full of life, and you were calling everyone, come on, let's participate, let's do this act together. So, what was happening on that day?
You see, this was the end of the semester, and we
Right.
went for the picnic to a place called Cotton Bay, and how they pronounce it is Coton Bay.
Right.
So we went to this beach, and they play this Sega music over there, and they have a Sega dance. So there were certain students, they wanted to do the Sega dance, and I, of course, wanted to learn. So I said, "All right, you show me how you do the Sega dance, and then I'll do it." And so that's what it was all about. There were people who were showing me how to do the Sega dance, and Miss Tahira Khan was Sega dancing with them.
And you were doing it so well that I felt like dancing with all the that beat and the music. I felt like dancing over here, and you did it beautifully. I'll add on some more comments. Rabnawaz says, Rodriguez, beautiful island of beautiful people. With the Sania Taslim, she says, a nice video. Carol writes, thank you, ma'am Tyra, for this opportunity given to us in Rodriguez. That was such a great experience meeting somebody abroad somebody abroad like you, and that you have also to speak French with us, like bonjour.
Merci. Yes, I did pick up a little bit of French here and there from the beautiful people, my students, and generally. The good thing is that anyone who sees you walking down, they just will greet you, wish you, and ask you how you are. So you pick up those few phrases so quickly because everyone is talking to you. They don't have to know you to say hello to you. They will talk to you and they will wish you good day and they will say bonjour, which is good day to you. And you just reply back and it goes on. So if you stay there for a little while, you can pick up the language very fast, actually.
And that's what we learned from you in our classes as well, when you taught us interpersonal skills, that you have to understand and adapt different natures, understand people and all that stuff. So still it's tied to me. I want to share a very old picture, and I want to show everyone that ma'am Tyra Khan is still as graceful as she used to be. I just came across this picture today from your Facebook. So that's Ma'am Tahira Khan, and it looks like some Turkish Hollywood actress. Seriously, ma'am, how old is this picture?
Well, this is quite old, actually. And this was Akhbar-e Jahan. The people, from Akhbar-e Jahan, they had visited our home. And they saw me. I was just newly married at that time. So they just wanted me to, they talked to me and they wanted me to give them a write up. And so they took some photographs, and that's one of them, actually.
Yes, I saw a couple of more, but ma'am, we never knew that you have modeled as well.
No, that was not modeling. That was not. That was
But
just in my.
you were there on the cover page of a magazine, so what else can you ask for? That's indirect modeling.
Yes, this was Akhbar-e Jahan, actually.
Yeah, ma'am, you're still as graceful, as you were in the picture. And I have a couple of more memories to share. We know you love traveling. You've seen a lot of part of the world. I have another picture where I believe this is Turkey, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
It is, yes.
you've traveled around. You've seen different cultures. What have you noticed? And how people vary, how life changes around different cultures. How would you like to share that experience?
Well, I think that traveling is like a degree by itself. it teaches you so much because you interact with people, you learn from people, you learn to understand different kinds of people. And the one thing that I picked up by all my travels was that everyone needs love and everybody is the same. So the emotion and feeling that I have, everybody has that. So if I can give that, I get that. And starting from Australia to Japan to Thailand to Singapore to Malaysia to India to the Middle East to Dubai and Kuwait and Saudi Arabia. Now, these are places where I have stayed for a period of time. Then Switzerland, then there's France, and then there's Italy, and then there's the United Kingdom all over, Scotland and Ireland and Wales. I've even lived in Wales for a while. Then I've lived in North America, I've lived in Canada for some time and the United States. And I tell you, and Africa, of course, I can't forget Africa. It's been so beautiful. I lived in South Africa for quite some time and been to Botswana and Kenya and Egypt, in Ethiopia. The people in Ethiopia are so beautiful. The people in Kenya are so nice. And they all give you so much of love and care. And then there's Mauritius and Rodrigues, where I've spent a lot of time also. People are so warm. And all people need is love and care and guidance. And the beautiful thing is that from everybody, I'm always learning. Until today, I'm still learning,
Wow.
you know?
Man,
Yes.
I have no words because the way you put things, there's nothing left to say further. The way you just communicate and spread your message. It's such beautiful message. And as much as I'm loving this session, and I wish I could go on for hours and hours because we can never get enough conversation with you. You are an institution in your own self. With every topic, every advice, we learn so much, and we're so blessed to have you around us. And I'm truly honored that I had the chance to be in one of your classes. And before leaving, I would just like to ask you that how was your experience here today at Greenwich Live Sessions?
Well, I must say that it's been from the year 2000 that I started off working at Greenwich, and I used to come there on weekends only because I was teaching at the PACC full time. And then when I gave up my full time work over there because my husband wasn't too well, Ma'am Seema asked me if I would like to take up full time work at Greenwich University. And I said that I had left full time only because my husband wasn't keeping too well. Now, it so happens that I live very close to Greenwich University. So she gave me the permission of you can go home whenever you want to, whenever you need to. But we would like you to be full time. And so I joined Greenwich University full time. And it was one of the most beautiful experiences having all those young people around me because it made me feel younger by the day. And I tell you, as I have grown in age, my attitude feels younger and younger because I have always interacted with all these wonderful people who teach me so much. I might give them, yes, a little that I know, but they give me a lot.
Ma'am, you're just being humble. You can see like I'm stammering because you are आप उस्ताद है, ठीक है? And the reason I'm stammering is because I don't have words to appreciate and communicate what I feel for you, what we all feel for you. Because as you said, the motherly figure that you are for all of us, the love is never ending, the respect is never ending, and we're so truly honored that you're here, and we are around you. I think that's the best thing that could ever happen to me. At least that's the love and respect that I have for you. And ma'am, thank you so much for being here. And in the end, I would just like you to give a short message to all the viewers and all the Greenwich family that's watching us.
Well, the one thing that I wanted to spread to my countrymen today was that next Eid, next Bakra Eid, inshallah, we hope that everyone is going to have a designated place and time to perform and do their qurbani. This business of doing it on the streets and leaving things around is not going to be. So please help and make sure that we adhere to more hygienic standards. So keep well and keep safe and keep within your perimeters. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome, ma'am. It's a true honor to have you here. Keep smiling, stay safe, and keep doing the wonderful work that you're doing around the years, spreading love and care around the globe.
Thank you. Thank you, Umar. Well
Most
done.
Thank you, ma'am. So you heard Ma'am Tahira Khan and most beautiful and wonderful things that she had to share with us. The simple message is that we have a world out there. Let's just explore life and just spread love, just spread care. And one thing that we all get from Ma'am Tyra is positivity. I always learned one thing, that how you can do things. Never make excuses, never blame other people for your failure, and just find out ways how to do it. Because if there's one way of failing, there are 100 ways of how to achieve that goal that you're aiming at. So positivity is one thing that's very important in life, and I learned it from Ma'am Tyra in my student life, and all the many skills that I have today that I'm using to excel in my career is from the communication classes that I took from Ma'am Tyra. So I'm truly in debt for life to Ma'am Tyra for the wonderful things that she taught us, not only in these classes, but lots of things about life, lots of things about happiness, lots of things about being strong and how to fight in life, about willpower. And that's the reason all the students that message today or there in the comments have the same mutual feeling that we love and adore Ma'am Tyra for the wonderful human being that she is, and spreading smiles everywhere that she goes. So I hope you enjoyed the session. It was Eid day 3. So once again, happy Eid Mubarak to everyone. And the message that Ma'am Tara shared at the end, that next year, hopefully, we'll have designated places for Qurbanis, not on the street like we have in the West, and all those sophisticated societies around the globe. They do it properly with a proper area, and not do it on the streets and just throw the other waste materials of animals right there on the street. So I hope people will follow this, and people will absolutely use all these advices in their daily life. And if they do, definitely, I am a living example that success will come to you. So thank you everyone for joining in today. We'll be back tomorrow with another session with another guest. Meanwhile, you can see all the details here. Our WhatsApp number 03062228 and following number. At the same time, our website and our email address, that is admissions@greenwich.university. You can see the number 030622483363, and you can also visit our website, that is greenwich.university. You can see all the courses and programs Greenwich is offering. That includes BBA, MBA, MPhil, PhD, literature, linguistics, economics, accounts, and Greenwich is also offering B.Ed for all the teachers who want to get into education field professionally. 50% flat off for all the teachers who want to do B.Ed and progress in their teaching careers. You can visit greenwich.university and have a feel on your own that how life is at Greenwich. इसी के साथ दीजिए उमर खान को इजाजत. इंशाल्लाह मुलाकात होगी कल with another guest, with another session. Until next time, keep smiling, stay safe, stay positive, not corona positive, be positive in life. Until next time, Pakistan Zindabad.